Hey there, it's been a little while. In case you're new here, my name is August and I do like music reactions and music reviews on YouTube, and I've been playing music for like, I don't know, 10 odd years or so. And today I wanted to talk about a video that Rick Beato, a massive music YouTuber and brilliant musician, just posted a while ago, called The Real Reason Why Music is Getting Worse. Because in it he argues that music is getting worse for two reasons. Those being, one, that music is too easy to produce, meaning that it's too easy to rely on technology today instead of actually learning your craft, and that music is too easy to consume, meaning that music is so accessible it becomes functionally valueless, or as I referred to it in my previous video on this guy, music is content, not as art. And he does this by claiming that there is, and I quote, no sweat equity anymore with young people. And the conclusion of the video is this call to action where he encourages young people to spend more time actively listening to music, and I don't really disagree with that, like in the slightest. We should spend more time listening to music. Music is awesome. That's what I'm trying to encourage here. So why am I making this video talking about it, and why is the title and thumbnail probably looking like I'm going to be a little critical? Because I am. Because the way that Rick goes about this and the way that he argues in this video, it's fine, but he has such an incredibly moralistic attitude in the vein of like, the issue is the tastes and habits of the new generation, and I very strongly disagree with this notion. That's what you can hear in like the quote with like us having no sweat equity apparently for like actually listening and enjoying and producing music. Rick is blaming the lack of quality in popular music on young people instead of looking at the systems that perpetuate the behavior he is criticizing. And that to me kind of invalidates a lot of his important criticism. Let me put it like this. No one would claim that food is getting worse, especially with the advent of the internet and how popular like cooking content is at this point. I'm 25 years old and I don't think I have a single friend or any person in my life really who's unable to cook like a decent meal, and a large portion of this can be attributed to how much we can learn and have learned through the internet. However, fast food as an industry, which we can probably all agree is not like the highest quality of food, is also growing rapidly and has been doing so pretty much since its inception in like the 60s or whatever. Why is that? Well, it's actually quite simple. It's doing that because we as humans are nowhere near as complex as we like to tell ourselves. Humans, in general, want to pick the easiest option when presented with a choice. This is basic cognitive psychology. And this is not a bad thing. It's important to emphasize that this is not bad or a poor reflection on the lack of discipline of the modern human, or whatever you might want to argue on your weird alpha male podcasts. It's just how we as a species has developed. Why do you think we seem to be like completely and utterly incapable of stopping innovation, even in areas where innovation may no longer be super required? It's because we're on some borderline Sisyphean hunt for easier and more convenient options for functionally anything we do and everything we enjoy. And businesses know this. This is why they will do their damn best to make sure that their products are as conveniently available to us as possible, because of the very, very simple concept that the easier it is to do a thing, the more likely it is that that thing will be done. So, appealing to people to change their habits is not really going to work, because the issue is not our habits, it's the systems around us that exploit vulnerabilities in the human psyche in order to maximize profits while reducing overhead. These systems are the issue, and our habits are the symptoms of the issue. And a quick note on the whole music is too easy to make. Obviously, there's a bit of like an elitist exclusionary flair to it, but I'm not really going to go too far into that because I don't think Rick wants people to not be able to make music, and I think that would be kind of ridiculous to claim. That's also not what it sounds like to me. However, this idea and this statement really, really irks me, and it's not because his conclusions are untrue, because I don't think they are. I think he's absolutely right in the sense that so much popular music right now is incredibly formulaic and fairly bland because we have streamlined the creative process enough for it to be able to package and sold en masse as a product. However, again, the issue is not the fact that music is now easier to produce. It's wonderful that it's easy to produce. That's how people like me, hobbyists who just do this for the like beautiful like potential there is in creating, are able to do it. I live in a tiny apartment. I won't have space for like a proper studio. So it's great that it's easy to produce. The issue is not how easy and how available production of music is. The issue is the fact that the system we're born into and operating within is built for maximizing efficiency, not creativity, artistic ingenuity, or the borderline orgasmic experience interacting with art truly can be. And when you forgo this incredibly important part of the puzzle, you just end up portraying yourself as a bit of a condescending prick. Rick is, whether intentionally or not, telling me and my generation, who were born into this ecosystem created by those who came before us, that we, our tastes and our habits are the problem. Which is ludicrous, because our tastes and habits are the goddamn product of the system we were born into. We did not choose to be birthed into a world revolving not around love or creativity or meaningful artistic expressions, but efficiency. It's just our spawn point, you know? And yet, young artists keep exploring new ways to innovate and push the envelope for what's possible within the artistic medium of music. And yes, Rick has addressed that he's aware of this, but it needs to be said that sure, the lowest denominator will flow to the top, but if you're just willing to put a little bit of effort into looking for music, or if you're just willing to go slightly below the surface, you will find an incredible wealth and depth of art that you might not see in popular music. And that's not necessarily a bad reflection on humans. It's a bad reflection of the system we're working in. And this is something you will intuitively understand if you're just somewhat plugged into what's happening in the gaming industry. Because the indie scene of video games has been exploding. It's never been better. And the AAA scene, meaning for those who are not plugged in, the really highly produced stuff, has never been worse. Why do you think that is? It's because when all you value is efficiency and all you value is profits, you will automatically be forced to cut slack and take up whatever is the easiest option. So, what's the core issue I have with this take from Beato? It's quite simply that he, while making a meaningful call to action that I think will improve people's lives, to people like me, manages to also moralize about behavior that we're literally been manipulated into by a system that has been propagated by the generations that came before us, which includes his generation. We did not create this system. We're merely the latest iteration through which the system flows. And you see this in our behavior, right? And this is not a problem with young people who have poor taste. It's a problem with, I'm gonna say the word that scares people, capitalism doing what it does best. It's cutting loose all slack so the most profitable option rises to the top. And lo and behold, the most profitable and easiest and most convenient and efficient option is not deep and complex music, but rather neatly packaged, factory-made products. The reason music is getting worse is not because of me and my generation and our tastes and our behaviors. And it's not something that we're gonna change by, in some fantasy world, as a group, changing our habits, because that's not gonna happen, because it goes completely against basic human cognitive psychology. The issue is not us, it's the system we're born into. And the sooner we're able to address this, the sooner we might actually be able to do something. Thanks for watching. I want to make it very clear that while I definitely feel upset about this idea presented by Rick, I still have a lot of respect for him as a creator and as an artist. He is much more knowledgeable about music than I am. But nevertheless, no matter how skilled you are not beyond criticism. And I think it's important to point these things out, because he did do a follow-up to the video that I'm talking about, but he didn't address this point, which is why I felt compelled to actually make this video. So thanks for watching. I'm sorry if this was a bit more negatively charged, I guess, than what I usually make. I hope you will survive. And don't worry, the next reaction is coming very, very soon, hopefully. Knock on wood, it's almost done. The issue it's taken so long is because my girlfriend and I are moving in together, and we're doing that in 2 days. So my apartment is one big moving mess, and I haven't really had the time to sit down and finish up the video. But it's coming, don't worry. I'm not gone anywhere. And yeah, thanks for watching. Please leave some comments with some thoughts in the comment section. And don't be too scared about criticizing capitalism. You're not gonna die from it. And now all I have to say is that I hope that you have a very, very nice day. Thanks for watching. Bye.